this is called a virtual private network. Means they will create a private network. So all of you know about the private network, means LAN, local area network. It is called private network. Okay, but there is a one computer or one site in a Delhi, there is another site in a Chennai, okay, another site in a USA. So all the computer are connected in a LAN. Is it possible? 100%. You will say no, it is not possible. But there is a possibilities because of the virtual private network. Because there is a tunnel will be created in between, so they will be considered as a LAN or the local area network. And in the case of like they have connected in a LAN, so they can easily access all the resource and they can share their resources from one office to another office, another office to another office, another office to another office. Is it possible? But how and what are the protocol are used to making the virtual private network? So first understand what is the virtual private network. So virtual private network is nothing, just creating a VPN and make a network virtually. So there is a possibilities like the client, this client, VPN client, or this client is a work, this client or this person on work from home. So in this case, work from home, this client, how client will connect the organization or the enterprise network by using the VPN. It will use the VPN and will connect with the enterprises network, and he will able to access all the resources similar as a LAN, local area network. So what are the protocol are used? TLS, transport layer security for the security purpose. Another is a secure socket tunneling protocol, or it is called SSTP. This is based on the Windows operating system. Means when you are creating a VPN inside the Windows operating system, there is a SSTP is working. But there is another type of the protocol is used, L2TP. This is actually created by the Cisco. So when you are creating the VPN connection between the Cisco devices, they will use the L2TP. And IPSec used for the securing your communication. Now the question is how they will authenticate. Means this client, okay, very nice. This client means there is a one software is required inside the client or inside the computer. So when what is the software is required? For the example, there is a XYZ software is required. So if you can download this software in your computer, so hacker can also download this software in their computer and try to connect with the network, but it is not possible. Why? So why it is not possible? Because authentication required. Some authentication is a username and password. Some are using the key, authentication key, and some are using the radius or the EAP process or the authentication mechanism to getting the authenticate. Okay, so there is a two type of the site-to-site VPN or the virtual private network. One is a split tunnel, another is a full tunnel. Like this is the actually split tunnel. Why? This is the VPN client which have installed the VPN software and connect to the enterprises. Okay, when it will try to access the enterprises so it will use the VPN. but when it will browse the internet connection or browse any other website, so it is a directly connected to the WAN. Okay, means when it is going to be browse any website, access any website, so they can directly access. Got it? But in a full tunnel means it will create a full tunnel, means if it will client try to access the resources, he can use the VPN tunnel. If he want to browse any website or browse any internet surfing the website, so it will first go to the router, then router will forward request to the internet, and then request come to that. That is the reason everything happened over the VPN tunnel. That is reason it is called full tunnel. Another is split tunnel, where is only one tunnel is used for accessing the resource, another means browsing will be directly, or client will browse the website directly without tunnel. Okay, when the data go through the tunnel or browsing go through the tunnel will be known as a full tunnel VPN. So how will you access the remote host computer? Remote host means any host which is remotely available on other location. I am giving you one example. TeamViewer, already all of you have used TeamViewer. So TeamViewer is actually a software which is providing the host remotely, means remotely you can access any host, any computer. So why you need to access the remote host? Why you need to access? Generally do some configuration and do some administration or troubleshoot the problem. That is the reason you need to accessibility of the remote host. Okay, so only the remote user can access to the desktop. Means another is a remote configuration, there is some software or some used some software like SSH is used for making the connectivity, or the terminal emulator, it is already or the telnet. But when we talk about the desktop, if you want to get the desktop, you will have to access the desktop, or you will have to remote desktop gateway for the virtual desktop and their app. So what is mean of the virtual desktop? Like here is I have a one machine which is install a minimal OS. So minimal OS, the minimum requirement of the OS. But when my computer it will connect remotely to the workstation, and where I will access this workstation remotely, and we will work over here. And not only the virtual desktop, there is a virtual apps also available which can be accessed virtually via the remote system. So how the remote desktop can be accessed? Virtual desktop, how you can access? By using the RDP protocol. RDP is a remote desktop protocol, either is a virtual network computing or the VNC server. So similarly, if you want to connect with the RDP, so already means just open your system and write the RDP, where you can connect with the remote desktop remotely by providing the public IP address. And also you can connect in a local area network by providing the IP address. Another is a VNC server, which is generally used, like RDP is not supporting to the Linux environment, so VNC will be used for the Linux environment. Okay, but there is another type of the VPN are available or remotely desktop you can access with the help of the HTML5. So what is the HTML5? Already you know HTML5 or any application written over the HTML5 will support in a browser or can be accessed with the help of the browser. So yes, there is a lots of the remote desktop can be accessed through the browser. I have showed you when I am going to access the lab virtual lab, then I am using the HTML5 features, means I am accessing the system remotely with the help of the web browser. I will show you.